Hey guys, you have found your way to Mortgage Sense with Kevin, a common sense approach to mortgages. And if you want to be inspired today, if you want to hear a story that I don't care if you're buying a home, if you're selling a home, or even if you're looking for a job, as my dad always told me, there's no excuses, none. Nobody likes excuses. And I can't wait for you to meet this lady. I just met her about a week and a half ago, and I could not wait to get her on the show today. Miss Marie, how are you?
Fine, Kevin, and you?
I am doing fantastic. I've always said if I wake up in the morning, put my feet on the ground, I'm doing good. That's the first goal of every day is just to wake up.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, you know, meeting you last week was such an honor and such a pleasure because you're not a newbie to this industry. So you've been a realtor now for 17 years, correct?
Yes, correct. This is going to be my 17th year in October.
In October, but
Yes.
only two of them in the States.
Yes. I came from Mexico in 2018. My husband was relocated by his employer, and we moved with one daughter. We have now two more daughters for a total of three, and it's been 6 years since we arrived from Mexico.
And so during the time, because you're a realtor in Mexico, what did you do during that 4 year before you started doing the real estate here?
Well, thank you. That's a very good question. Before starting in real estate after I came from Mexico, I took time to have my daughters and then practice my English and prepare myself. I am a hard worker, so my family was very concerned that I was going to be a workaholic again here and I wouldn't spend any time with them. So they kind of prepare me like, yeah, if you're going back to work, you still need to have duties to your family and need to give some time. So that's where we built the foundation of our family during that time.
Nice. How old are your girls?
My eldest is 15, the middle one is 5, and the little one is 2.
15, 5, and 2.
Yes, we are handfuls and a very busy family here.
I love it. I love it. That is, and at the end of the day, and I know this is about mortgage and it's about realtors and real estate, but at the end of the day, Maria, family is first. Okay. And it will always be that way. Sherry and I have been married for 44 years this coming August, and we have 3 grown kids and 9 grandkids. You know what? I love what I do. I love what I do, but I'm a husband first and then a father and a grandfather. And then this is my career.
Yeah.
So I applaud you for that. But here's what I want to talk to you about today. You started 2 years ago in the States in this business, and it just happened to be the hardest 2 years that we have had. And here you are knocking it out of the park with no excuses. Tell us your secret. What inspires you and what is making you do so well?
Well, my inspiration is my family. That's a go-go. In Mexico, we were alone and working all the time. And I wish that I could have the priority set up in that way since I was living there. But you don't learn things in the easy way. You gotta go through a process and you're gonna bump your head a couple of times on the road. And that's what happened to me. So one of the things that made us take the decision to come and live here, it was having our own family and giving time to our family.
Right.
So considering all of that, my family is my inspiration. And I always think if I'm taking hours to work with a client, I need to make it worth for my family and for myself. Meaning that I try to give everything the best that I have and pour it into my client. If I'm with a seller, I will try to pour myself in the transaction, the same for the buyer, and I'm really advocating to their needs. So
Nice.
I would say that I always try to give them the highest level of service, and that's what helped me to push myself harder and not paying attention in anything that was happening around on the market. That's the truth.
So I'm going to ask you a funny question because even after having 2 or 3 conversations with you, I'm kind of getting a feel for this woman. And I know that you are to come to a new country to learn the language, because did you not speak any English when you came here 2 years ago or 4 years ago?
I mean, enough to travel. I have been at the States before coming and living here, but not enough to have a life.
Okay. All right. So that says a lot. There's something that drives you that is even more powerful than that. But I'm going to ask you a question because I'm accused of this a lot. I've been working now for 46 years. What I love about my part of because I've been self-employed for 46 years. Even before I got into the finance business 25 years ago, I was self-employed and I work for a company, but if I don't work, I don't get paid. I
Of
mean,
course.
being a lender and being a realtor, we eat what we kill. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have been accused of being a slave driver, so to speak, because I expect people to work as hard as I do. Um, and I've been blessed. I mean, I have been thoroughly blessed to have a great team behind me making me look very good. Tell us about your team.
It is really hard to find a team that have the same expectations or vision than you. It takes a life to train people to have their loyalty.
Mhm.
That's something that not everyone is willing to pay, and to have the commitment that you have. But I try to focus the people that have worked with me over these 2 years. It's not about the money. It
Right.
is about what is beyond the money. It is about the family. It's about the goal. We have worked a lot with people that were relocated in the process. And the best thing is that we have been really empathetic to them. We understand exactly where they are because we and the people that have worked with me have been in the same situation before. We all have been
Nice.
relocated. English was not our primary language, and we learn it in one another way. There are people that still do not learn it, and some others that are in the process. But the vision or the common thing that we share in the team is we all are relocated people that we understand better than anyone else what our clients going on.
Nice. I learned a long time ago that if it's about the money, we'll never succeed. Okay.
No.
To me, it's always about helping families. And whether somebody's buying $100,000 home or $1 million home, it's still very exciting for them and it's very nerve wracking for them.
Yes.
And it's about taking care of each and every family because they continue to send us other families because of the high level of service. So I do have a question for you. And,
Yes.
and this is probably the hardest question. We don't talk facts and figures. I mean, this is not the place for that.
Mhm.
But so after 17 years in this business, I'm going to tell you my opinion. The first 7 years of my career, it was a career, it was a job. Okay. The last 17 years, I truly feel it's a calling. And there was a time 17 years ago that I had that aha moment that this is where God wanted me to be. This is where God has me to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. When was the time in your career? Do you remember a specific time when you said, this is why I do what I do?
This is very funny because I have never shared it with anyone else that is not my husband. But a couple of months ago, I have a loss, not someone who passed away, but a friendship that I really value a lot. And after I lost this friendship, I went into my lab looking why I was doing things in the way that I was doing them. And I went to the pastor at my church, the American pastor. He knows our community for more than 40 years. And I said, you know what, Pastor Eric, I don't know what is my call. I don't know what are my God gifts. What I'm doing here, I don't know how to serve the community. And he looked at me and he said, Maria, it's funny that you asked me that because for me it's very clear to see what are your God's gifts. You have the gift to be there when people need you to be there. You serve to God by the time that you be there when someone needs to be listened on, when someone is needing something. You don't even notice, but you are always there. So that made me think a lot about all the families and the way that I look at it's God have put the families that I have worked with in my path to be his servant. That's the truth. That's how I see it. But it took me a while to understand that it was a gift. It is very miraculously that when anyone comes with me, they have a specific need of something specific that they're struggling. It's not about the house. It's always about something personal on their lives.
Right. Lady, that is so strong. That is so very, very strong. Um, there's another term for it. I went through an exercise, and I can't believe I'm talking about this on my podcast because I haven't talked about it ever. You're bringing stuff out in me that I didn't really want to talk about either. But I told you I want this to be real. I want it to be organic. So about 3 months ago, I went on a journey, and I love to read, and I read great books, not just business books, but all kinds of books, inspirational type of books, and I hate calling it self-help, but basically they are, because even after 25 years of the business and 46 years in business, I still want to get better. I still strive to learn my craft even better, to get better at communicating, get better at what I do. So I went on a journey about 3 months ago. It was trying to find my unique ability. Okay. Because finding that unique ability, and I can give you this information in this book that's prompted me to do this. But Maria, I sent out 15 emails to most of my family, to my top 2 realtors that I've been doing business with for 15, 20 years, and to several friends who really, really knew me. And I will keep those replies for the rest of my life because it let me know how people perceive me and what we do in our lives to affect lives. Because at the end of the day, this is what we do, okay? But we truly get to affect lives. Man, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. That's very, very strong. Well, let's do this. I want people to find you. I want people to see you. I want people to be able to reach out to you. What's the best way to reach out to you?
Well, you can find me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as Bilingual Chat Realtors. And you can also email me. It's very easy, mariachatrrealtor@gmail.com. And you can call me at 423-331-0491.
Fantastic. Well, guys, again, my name is Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans. My website is kevinblairteam.com. Our office number is 423-488-7571. And here's my personal cell phone because I am serious about helping families find that dream home. My personal cell phone is 423-488-8465. Guys, if you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell us, reach out to either one of us. We would love to help you. Maria, thank you so much for being on the show today. I hope you have a great vacation. And yeah, you definitely do. Have a great trip. I can't wait to see you when you get back. And when you do get back, I want to take you to lunch and let's spend some time together.
I would love to. Thank you very much for the opportunity to connect and to share my story.
Yes, ma'am.